Hmm. What are we going to talk about today, friends? What do you want to talk about today? Is it a guitar? Is it two guitars? Well, let's just talk about one guitar that kind of resembles another guitar that we've already talked about. Splendid. Remember this old tempo from, I think it was, yeah, there's a date in there, like 1973 or something like that. Remember it? If you don't remember it, the link is there. But that's not important right now because we're not really going to spend that much time talking about it because we've already talked about it. It was in pretty bad condition, I believe, when we got it. Been painted on, forgotten about. It was a swap meet surrender, right? Not too long after I acquired it, I saw this guy at the swap meet. It looked like it was made in like the same factory, same size, it's pretty much the same fretboard, the same headstock and everything. But it's got a see that? This has a bridge like that, where this has a floating bridge. You know what I'm saying? The thing with the floating bridge, it never lifts. Never lifts. Never. This one, however, is lifting right off the guitar. Other than that, the thing looks like it's damn perfect. I've done this before. I'll probably do it again. You know what I'm saying? It's a hobby of mine. Let's share it. A little bit of time together. Watching, talking, loving, sharing. So in a peaceful way, I'm going to flip you around. It's not going to hurt. I'm going to count. Close your eyes. Count backwards from 3. 3. Keep them closed. 2. No. Close them. 1. And there it is, folks. This is going to be like kind of like an open and shut episode, depending on how this goes, man. This guy's sticking up. You know what I mean? Like a sore thumb. Yeah, I'm sticking up for you. Why are you sticking up for me? Because we ain't supposed to be sticking up. Alright? There's the label. That's the nicest thing about it. Right? It's got a pick it comes with. Never saw that. We're going to take these strings off. This has the whole set of strings, right? The tuners all look to be in good condition. It's got that, you know what I mean, mid to late 70s made in Korea deal. No separation there. No other nicks to be spoken about. Hey, Nick, Alex, Mallory, all of us. Stephen Keaton. So, let's be, courteous to each other, love each other, and meet each other in the lavatory. Just, it means we could take the strings off and loosen our tie a little bit. And, try to see if we need to wet this down, maybe. I don't know what we're going to, what we're going to do. Might just go right down. I don't know. Hopefully we can get it down. If not, you know what I mean? I'm a failure. See you in the lavatory. Welcome back to the lavatory for the 150th time. I haven't really made much ado over the fact this is the 150th episode so far, you know what I mean? I haven't said anything about it, It's like such a shitbird instrument to be like, celebrating now. And I had different plans initially, you know what I mean? But I had a twofer that was incredible, but it's self-combusted. So now I'm just fucking business as usual. You get the tail end of a semi-twofer. It has nothing to do with each other, other than the fact that I put a sticker on the last guitar that was made by whoever made this guitar. Said it was a tempo. I don't know, man. This is early Araya fare from Korea. Really, you know what I mean? Early 70s, made by the Araya factory. This guy had been storing this Recording King, you know what I mean? Pick on there, and he damaged his old sticker, man. It kind of pissed me off. So I loosened tension on the strings. I thought I was just going to maybe steam this down on iron, whatever. You know what I mean? It's not really that up. It's kind of up, though. But where it should be down, it's kind of much down. This screw is, you know what I mean? This screw. There's a little bit of a hump here. And I was thinking originally, I'm just going to dunk this part in water. Just leave these strings on. Leave everything. What the fuck doesn't matter. Don't care, man.
I thought about it, and I was like, I'm gonna get water under this pick guard. I'm gonna get water everywhere. It's gonna, not be cool for school. You know what I mean? I'm gonna get water in here. You know what I mean? The last couple times I've done this, it's come out well, but there are times where I've done this like 6 months later. You know what I'm saying? I'll go to the guitar and it's already starting to up a little bit. So sometimes when wood warps, this trick won't totally 1000% work. But 9 out of 10 times it does work, and it works well. You just got to use really good glue, and a lot of it, once you have the opportunity, right? So let's take these strings off completely, and I want to do it right. We're going to take this pick guard off, and then we take everything off. This is a nice set of strings, you can see. Whoever put these strings on here, very, very good strings. I believe these are the Roto sounds, right? The blue, it might be Roto sound. I have to think about it. I think that is like 70s Roto sound. It's almost a full set, too. You know what I'm saying? However, you know what I mean? There was like a check on it. These strings are all fucking haphazard. This string's going under. It's been on another guitar, it looks like. The string's going under. The string's going over. The string's broken. What? And then we have the G string strung to the E string because it broke somewhere. And this string's like, I don't know how that's strung under, I guess. I like them strung over. So I'm going to undo this completely and just try to boil these strings maybe. Find 2 strings out of the pile, you know what I mean? Unfortunately, we have to replace that string because it's too short. We'll find a nice G and we'll find a nice E. And we'll boil these guys, man. Let's get them off. I'll see you at that stage. Remove this as well. Take this piece out, and we're going to be completely denuded of everything. And I'm going to show you what to do with the Berlin water trick, right? So I'll see you in a moment, Sonny. All right, so we're destrung. It was a real pain in the ass getting those strings off. The E string was also damaged, the big E string. The thick E string. This came off without any problems. As you can see, isn't too much fading on the red. So this is after, you know what I mean, the Korean and Chinese people I came hip with the, correct red dye, you know what I mean. Only thing you see is like sort of like a dirtening. Just a dirtening, not really a darkening. So, we're looking at this, man. The right way to do this, we'd get something like this. Heat it up, you know what I'm saying? To make a silver cake. It's got a very sharp edge here. It's got a very sharp edge here. You heat that up. You know what I'm saying? Just get it under there. You get a little wet, You're going to want to, pull these guys out, take these screws out. There's going to be some kind of nut in the back. It's going to be a pain in the ass to get that off. It's going to be a big, just to get this off, it's going to be like a fucking nightmare. For a guitar like this, you know what I mean? Here's the equivalent of what you would get, of course, you know what I mean? You have to line up the holes if you want to use the same holes or re-drill it, you know what I mean? It would be a pain in the ass. You have to refinish this, of course. You know what I'm saying? And you might have to like respray the whole top, you know what I mean? It's going to be a big project, you know what I'm saying? So let's just try to bend this back and push it down and forget about it. Make life a happy moment. So the way we're going to accomplish that, I've showed you this before. I'll show it to you again, right? We got a little bit of a bucket here, right? And this bucket fits exactly perfectly on it this way. You see that? It fits snug, like a bug in a rug. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill this guy up with boiling water, almost to the very brim. Fill it to the rim with brim. You know what I'm saying? We're going to want to fill it all the way up to the top, tippy top. I'm going to leave it like, 2 centimeters, 2 millimeters, that is. You know what I mean? Not very good with my metrics, people. 2 little millimeters, 3 millimeters. So you know what I mean? For the spatial differential. You know what I'm saying? Some of it will spill out. No big deal. I'm going to let that sit for 24 hours. So I'll pause right now. I'll take pause of you. I'll burl some water. It's so hot. I want to be boiling water. It's the hottest day of the year so far, man. And I'll see after we have this guy flip face down in burling water. We'll let him set for a day after that, right? I'll show you when we're all barreled out. Now we got it cooking. You see that?
Do you see it? I want you to see it. I want you to pay attention. I just recently put it on there. You can see, even if I can zoom in a little bit. May I zoom in a little bit? You see, it's touching like all the top of that bridge piece, right? But it's not really touching my guitar that much. The steam's gonna fuck up the guitar without a doubt. That's pretty cool, man. We'll see what happens. We'll give it 24 hours, right? Approximately. Give or take, man. See you then. Huh? I'll just snap my fingers out. 1, 2. Ready? 3. Alright, so it's been about, I don't know, 30 hours, something like that. A little over a day. Yeah, it's getting all nasty. It looks like tea, man. It's like brewed out. So I guarantee you when I pull this guy up, it's going to look kind of ugly. And you'll be like, oh, man. You fucked it up, man, forever and ever. We'll examine it, make quick work of it, and we'll get ourselves on our way. So let's pull this off. I'll do it live. Make something brave. See that? See that? Ugly. But it's no big deal. It's going to dry out. We'll be fine. Let's dry this off. And we'll take a look. Looks like it's pretty much gone down. As usual. So let's dry this off and I'll be right back at you. Hey, man. Is that rum? Did I get it? Did I get a drink of it, man? Alright. So it's pretty much all the way down. Time is of the essence, though, right now. Because we don't want this to start getting hard and dry. So let's put as much of this wood glue in there as we can. You know what I'm saying? Seep it in there. Get it in there nice and good. And the word here is DPU clamp, man. Harbor Freight on those guys, man. The thing that kind of sucks is most guitars require a 7-inch one. They have a 5. They have an 8. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck? 8's always a little bit too, you know what I mean? Anyway, we'll figure it out, man. We'll work it, man. We'll get it down. Spill out. It has to be cleaned up, you know what I mean, before we put the wood block on top. Remember that. You don't want to glue your wood there. Just want to tell you, man. See you in a minute. There it is, man. See that? Took the big 8. Then I got this medieval 100-year-old torture device clamp. You know what I mean? This is like, don't fuck with anybody clamp. You can see, like, just 15 minutes on after I pull it off that water, that it's already sort of, you know what I mean, starting to fade off. It's no big deal. So you're going to want to have at least, you know what I mean, 1/2 millimeter of spill out in the troubled areas that you've clamped. You don't want to take all that glue off because it's got to kind of, you know, keep it to the top, you know what I mean? And it's going to be a mess if you know what I mean, you keep getting on there. But to clean off a lot of the seep out, spill out, just get an old pipe cleaner. You know what I'm saying? Get in there. The wet rag. This pipe cleaner has been used many, many times. It's like a whore. I got like 7, 8 guitar projects on that, man. It's got more loads in it than a Las Vegas whore on New Year's Eve. I don't even know, man. I've never been to Las Vegas in my life. So let's let this set a day. You know, let's give it 48 hours, 2 days. So that way the wood dries, it clamps. You know what I mean? Everything stays like, you know, where it should be. Got the safety training wheels on here. You want to do that, you know. I'm talking to you guys like you all have like a 1973, you know what I mean, whatever this guitar is. What's the name of the guitar? Prestige, something like that? Prelude, Quaalude, some shit like that. Prestige, I think. Right? Something like that, man. Anyway, let's let it set 48 hours. Sounds good. I'll see you then. Unclamp it. See how it fared. Finish it off. Play it for you. Dance around. There it is. Looks like it cured where it needed to cure, son. It's been about 3 days, actually. I gave an extra day. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm a benevolent kind of guy, right? Let's take off these burdensome clamps. Let's examine our project thus far. All right, so it's down. Beautiful job. Just the way it should be. Now, this, yeah, you know what I mean? Nothing I can really do about it. I was looking at it. Essentially, this trick usually works because
There's like a real thick coat of lacquer, and the lacquer, you just straighten it out with a little bit of, fingernail polish remover is usually the way to go. But in this case, there was like very, very, very thin half coat of lacquer, you know what I mean? And the wood just, we broke a lot of surface. So it's going to be like that. My wife swears by this. Our whole house, everything wooden, is covered and coated with this. I'm going to try it out here. I've never touched it myself. I never touched a drop of it. But now I'm tempted. I'm tempted, Lord. So let's just put it on there, forget about it. I could go chasing rainbows all day long trying to get rid of this. There's all kinds of, things in my mind. I could do this, I could do that. But, I don't really waste too much time. Yeah, I'm saying it doesn't really matter. It's a cheapy guitar, and it's kind of cool in a weird way. But let's just put some of this old E on it, man. Move on to the next thing. I'll see you there. There you go, man. Put a real thick coat of that Old English on, man. Can't even really see it right now, man. This is going to dry up, of course, you know what I mean, like everything in life. But for now, you know what I mean? So I'm chilling back here. Hey, man. You know what I'm saying? How old is your English? Right? So let's let that seep in there, 25 minutes, half hour. Wipe it off a little bit better. I mean, this is really like, this is what all my furniture in my house looks like. Let me sit down in this chair. Oh, my back. I'm just kidding, man. I'll see you in about an hour or so. Just get the style all soaked up. Alright, so it's the next day. You still notice it a little bit, but whatever, But I'm noticing this, really. Then you bang into like a wall or something like that. Some kind of shit. So what I'm going to do is to take a piece of that, this sponge, that magic erase sponge. Just take some lemon oil and just rub this off there. Rub it off with some lemon oil real quick. Show you what I'm doing. You see that? Quick work, man. Quick work with old Wilbert. That's because the magic erase sponge will fuck up the finish. It's real bad. I'll scratch it up, which is like water. Anyway, let's take a look at this, man. What the fuck is this? Gum? You know what I mean? Sediment? It's like old chewing gum, actually. Petrified chewing gum. So let's take some kind of a razor blade. We'll blunt the edges with a piece of masking tape. This doesn't scratch it. Something like that. Scraper of some sort. Get this fucking off, right? Get it off there. Then we're going to clean it pretty much in the same way, right? See you there. There. You see that? Gone. And the finish is still perfect. Not one little scratch or anything. And whatever this is, I still got a little sample of it. In case I have an outbreak, I can get it tested in the laboratory. Alright, so let's continue on our journey. Our journey. Let's just take a piece of steel wool. Just get this going again with that lemon oil, man. We got it out, man. All the notes rang strong and true, before I took the strings off it. So I'm assuming that, they're going to still ring strong and true. Hey, don't assume you make an ass of you and me. I see you all greased up. Got it all greased up, hoss. What do you want me to do with it? Well, I got it greased up. You want me to let it sit here 25 minutes, half hour? All right. It looks real good. I really want to stroke it. Just let it set. You know what I'm saying? And it'll seep in there like Soul Glow, man. And about 45 minutes from now, we'll wipe it all off. Half hour maybe, you know what I'm saying? Depending on the remnants. Right? Wilbert? Say goodbye, Wilbert. Goodbye, Wilbert. Uh-huh. Look at that. It's beautiful now. Frets are all shiny. I let it set about 40 minutes. Wiped it off. I waited overnight for it to sort of dry. Beautiful. I thought this was like a phony piece of wood, like just dyed, you know what I mean, stained, something like that. But this might be some kind of like lower class rosewood, man. There's all kinds of different woods they call rosewood. This might be some kind of like dark wood. Might be something stained too. Who fuck knows, man. Anyway, so we shine up this front here. You know what I'm saying? When we got rid of this little circle of doom, right? But the side and the back still looks straight up dingy, man. Like straight up dingy. You look a little dingy there, Noriega. It's not the way a world leader should look. So, what we're going to do now, we're going to hit up the side and the back with some Dollar Tree furniture polish. Keep off the fretboard. I want to have a grand reveal here. Here's the new logos on the Dollar Tree furniture polish. They changed it after many years. Who the fuck would design? I'm gonna turn the flash off so you can get a more like decent look at that. Who would design something like that, man? Can you read that? Can you read what that says on the shelf? You know what I mean over here? Fuck, man. I think yellow on yellow's good, Noriega. Let's make a little Bush Noriega sandwich. Let's get down, right? Fuck, man. It's all instructions, though. Don't breathe it in. Don't put it in your ear. Put it in your nose carefully. You know what I mean? Let's get this guy all shined up and shined up. Just back and sides. Yeah. There it is, man. Sides are degrowtified, man. A little bit of sheen and shine going on there. All over this beautiful gitter. Right? So, that being said, this beautiful day, I believe I'm going to finish this guitar. I don't think it's going to take too much more time to get this guy 1,000%. So, let's make sure we get everything done on time. See these strings that we've been holding on to? Remember I said in the beginning of the video I was going to boil them? Well, it's hot as hell outside today. I got the air conditioning pumping. You know, so I don't feel like boiling strings for 25 minutes, 30 minutes in the kitchen, heating the whole house up. You know what I'm saying? My wife coming in. What are you doing? You know what I'm saying? I'm looking for any kind of problems today. So what I want to do is I want to try a little special method. Let's go outside. It's a beautiful hot day. Let's see you there. We're going to try to get these boiled in a different way. All right. So you see I got all these strings sort of huddled together at the bottom of one of these large, like Chinese soup containers. Yeah. And we know these can withstand high heat because, you know, Chinese soup is pretty hot. So I got some old powdered dishwasher detergent, right, from the Dollar Tree. Now, I usually use the liquid because my wife doesn't like this because she says it doesn't really, you know what I mean, get the glass stuff real streakless. But this is good for like cleaning out stuff in little containers, you know. See that? That's about enough. Got a carafe full of boiling water, freshly boiled. Remember my grandma used to make sun tea. Used to get a big gallon jar, fill it up with like 7 or 8 tea bags and let it sit in the hot sun. Summertime, you know what I mean? Just like today. So there it is. It's gonna sit there in the hot sun. Just get a, see how it's boiling over like that, frothing around. We're gonna cover it up. Can you believe that? Believe that? We're gonna just let it sit here in the hot sun for a good 7 hours, 8 hours, right? I'll see you at dusk, right? Okay. All right, so let's finish this off while we wait for those strings to clean out. Let's take a furniture marker and go around this edge. See, it's all kind of messed up here. And there's some messed up areas over here, right? And there's some messed up areas over here. You see that? I'm gonna fix that. I also want to sort of just touch this up too, right here. I don't like that. Recording King or whatever that was. Not a cool look, man. See you in a moment. And there we are, a guitar edged in black. Looks great, man. Looks almost stupendously perfect at this point. What about this, though, man? Let's talk about that separately. Alright, so this thing is kind of scratched out. See those scratches? Kind of no big, but let's see if we can minimize it in like a kind of a quick way. Got a piece of steel wool. Let's just steel wool everything on the top. Get it totally matte. Especially, let's take out all the ridges on that. Let's see when that's done. Alright. So look at that. It's totally matte. You don't even really want to touch it with your hands, because the grease is going to unmat it. And it's like, you know what I mean? It's like crucial. Because we've gotten rid of all that shit. And it took only like about 30 seconds. But you don't want to get a fingerprint in there because it's really like, it's crazy. Trust me. Anyway, got some Rubin compound and Polishing compound. It's 36% kielbasa grease. And it's very, very strong. So we're going to get that thing running around Warsaw, man. So we like the Warsaw pack, man. We're going to rube it out first. And then we're going to polish it out. Comrade. Right? Let's do that in a very careful manner. See you in a moment. Alright, so look at that. Let me show you a little bit better. Look at that. This is the only shit we used on it, really. Great. Perfect. Applied it with a real coarse old, you know what I mean, rag. Glue rag is good. A rag that you've used to clean up glue before, you know what I mean? You know what I'm talking about if you've ever done that. Then we got like one of these micro polishing cloths. Just real fast over it, you know? And then a nice, you know, polishing cloth. Nice and shiny. Nothing else. Got the original screws here. All pretty made in a row. Let's put it on right now. There it is. Doesn't that look just grand? Just grand. So before we get like all fingerprints on it, because it's real susceptible to like grease right now, let's coat everything up. A little bit of paste wax, you know what I'm saying? And everything. Everything. Right? I'll see you there. That there, sonny, is a showroom shine. You can get a show shine, but this is showroom shine. Showroom shine gonna make the sale. Spectacular. Any other shines you show. Need a showroom shine, sell this deal. Sure. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it looks good. Not a big fan of this still. You know what I mean? I keep using it because I got a big old, you know what I mean? But with the right, you know what I mean, amount of strength, you know what I mean, you can get it looking nice. You know what I'm saying? You can get it looking acceptable. It's acceptable. So let's go take a look at them strings. Our strings have been outside for 7 hours, son. We'll see what happened out there. Alright? See you then. Here we are at the end of a long day. We've been sitting outside for most of it. All that scum has come off these strings. Dirty that water. It looks like piss now, right? So let's rinse these off, pat them dry, right? Wait a couple minutes, put them on the guitar, and I'll see you at the glamour shots. There it is, folks. All I can say, it is what it looks like. The shitty guitar. The shitty cheap guitar from the 70s. You know what I'm saying? Looks a lot better now than it did, maybe. Just look at that little line around the, you know. Now, see, you know what I mean? You can see it if you look at it, but I don't know, man. I try to like accentuate the positivity, man. I'm not a negative kind of guy, man. Look at all the stickers. You know what I mean? If you collect prestige instruments, you know, this is your hard on. You know what I'm saying? This is what you like. I'm doing you a favor. This is your eye candy. Now take your medicine. Anyway, we talked about it. You know what I mean? I'm so glad that our 150th episode, you know what I mean, is centered on a piece of shit guitar. Because that's what we're all about, right? You know what I mean? A nondescript, non-important piece of shit guitar. That if you shine the light on it, you can see that little ring around the collar. You know what I mean? But if you're standing over here, you know, with the flash off, turn the flash off. You can't see that shit. So that's life, man. Let's hear it. And then we can all say together, you know, Guitkit, happy birthday. Happy Founders Day. See you soon. 4 years and 150 episodes ago, old Guitkit came forth, attired in the exact same outfit as he is now, looking exactly the way he does in a video called Intro to Old Guitkit or something like that. I've posted a link to it in every single episode of the video journal so far. I was wearing all this pack rat stuff, even the same shorts. I was out there drinking some cold beverages on a nice summer day 4 years ago. And I was dedicated to the proposition that you don't have to be that talented to repair or build guitars. We were met in the same basement of that journey, hoping that each time my next leap will be the leap home. Not bad sounding. It sounds like an acoustic guitar, right? Like late in the evening. It does go out of tune quite frequently though with these boiled strings. So you gotta be vigilant when you're performing for people. You don't want your performance to be cut short because of your own shortcomings. So 150 episodes. See that? I grew a beard because on that Guitkit intro video I had a nice big fat beard. And for the first at least 2 years of the program, because of the pandemic and quarantine and everything, I like a beard. I'm lucky I can grow a beard pretty quickly. I grew this beard just for the 150th episode. Isn't that cool, man? I'm going to cut it off as soon as we're done talking because it's itching the shit. I mean, I only did it for you guys because we're friends. So you can say, oh, Guitkit doesn't have a beard anymore. I don't know if this guy in the old intro video is the same guy. He might have been replaced by an imposter like Paul McCartney. Who wasn't really replaced by an imposter. The original one died, you know what I'm saying? What are they going to do? You know what I'm saying? So, other than being a pretty poor instrument, it sounds good once it's in tune, you know what I'm saying? Most of the time it's not in tune. But I mean, born on the strings, they do sound a lot better. Everybody here is out of sight. They don't bark and they don't bite. They keep things loose, they keep things alive. Everybody was dancing in the moonlight, dancing in the moonlight. Everybody feel I wanna ride. It's such a fine and natural sight. Everybody dancing in the moonlight. King Harvest, man. Rest in peace if you're not with us anymore. If you're with us still, more power to you. Wash those hands. 150th episode, the video journal series. We also had like 30 episodes of other miscellaneous bullshit in the can. We're still here. We're still proud of it. And we got the 2023 beard. Breathe it in, because it's coming off. Peace be with you. I'll see you soon. See you next time. Oh, if there's a next time. Maybe next time. There'll probably be next time. I'm almost certain of it.